We've got breaking news coming in this morning. The official Twitter accounts of Apple, of Elon Musk, of Jeff Bezos and others were hijacked on Wednesday by scammers who are trying to dupe people into sending cryptocurrency Bitcoin in a massive hack. The list of accounts also included those of US Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden, Barack Obama, Uber, Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates, Bitcoin specialty firms and many others. Twitter has now halted the ability for some accounts to send new tweets following the massive hacker attack. Geeta Mohan is joining us with more details on this. Geeta, good morning. Any statement that's come in so far from Twitter on this massive hack?
Yes, there are two very important developments on this front. You've already named the people who have been hacked. They're all high profile. The Federal Bureau of Investigation, that's the FBI, in a statement has said that they're aware of the hacker affecting these high-profile Twitter accounts and have urged them not to fall victim to this while the investigations are underway. And on the other hand, Twitter has suspended and disallowed these accounts from tweeting for a couple of hours, which is unprecedented, Akshita, because normally what happens is that individual accounts are allowed to reset their passwords and start tweeting again. But in this case, Twitter had stopped or halted any tweets from going out from these accounts till the investigation and review was under. And now they have allowed all these Twitter accounts to start tweeting again. But this clearly shows that the scope of the problem is systemic and not individual, which means the internal systems have been hacked for the hacker to have been able to access so many high-profile accounts in one go, rather than one individual having been attacked.
So, Geeta, at this point, what is the kind of action that Twitter has taken? Have these accounts been completely deactivated? You're telling us that many of them are not being allowed to put in any new content right now.
Well, for a couple of hours, they were disallowed, and there was a temporary halt on all these accounts. But now they have allowed all the accounts to start functioning again, which means they have found, in all probability, found the root cause of the problem and the hacking. Like you said, it is a Bitcoin cryptocurrency promoter that or people who have really hacked the system. But we no details as to where the origins of this hack really lie. The FBI certainly is involved. If you see, all the high-profile cases are from America, and the who's who have been hacked in the United States of America. So investigations underway. Twitter disallowed the accounts for a while from tweeting, but now have allowed them from tweeting. So in all probability, they know the source, but right now, no further details have been out in terms of where the entire hack originated from.
Geeta, also if you could focus on how many accounts were hacked. You know, as you pointed out, these are very, very influential global personalities, all of whose accounts were hacked. Do we have the entire list?
Well, not a number to go by, but the top list does include Barack Obama, Biden, Bloomberg, Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, Elon Musk, but it also includes the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. So that's a very important development. It's not just the Americans, but the Israeli Prime Minister's account was also hacked by the hackers who managed to, in one go, attack so many high-profile accounts, and which is why the worry for Twitter was that it is a systemic hack rather than an individual hack.
All right, Geeta, thank you for the moment for joining us with those details. We'll be closely tracking the developments in the story. For the moment, the Twitter accounts in which these posts were put up, they were stopped temporarily from posting any new tweets. However, that bar has been removed because it's understood that Twitter perhaps has completed its investigation. Now, after backing India on banning Chinese apps, the United States has now accused apps like TikTok of eavesdropping and collecting personal data. Amid security concerns first flagged up by India, nations around the world are now increasingly becoming wary of Chinese's evil plans and of Chinese apps.
China's expansionist designs are not just centered around Himalayan heights and the stormy waters of the South China Sea. The dragon is crouching in the digital world as well. using an army of hackers to attack rivals. No less a person than the US National Security Advisor Robert O'Brien has said that China is using apps like TikTok for espionage.
Banning of sites like TikTok and WeChat, then according to him, China will lose their main source of espionage over the world.
The Trump administration has been actively moving to ensure the Chinese government does not get access to private information of Americans through telecommunication and the social media.
We are now evaluating each instance where we believe that U.S. citizens' data that they have on their phones or in their system or in their healthcare records, we want to make sure that the Chinese Communist Party doesn't have a way to easily access that. And so what you'll see the administration do is take actions that preserve and protect that information and deny the Chinese Communist Party access to the private information that belongs to Americans.
With the US mulling a ban on TikTok, Britain removed Chinese telecom giant Huawei from its 5G network plans. This after the US threatened to halt an intelligence sharing arrangement with UK over Britain using Huawei equipment.
Significantly changed their security assessment. The government agrees with the National Cybersecurity Centre's advice. The best way to secure our networks is for operators to stop using new affected Huawei equipment to build the UK's future 5G networks.
When Centre banned TikTok and 58 other apps with Chinese links, the move was aimed at protecting India's integrity and sovereignty from prying eyes. And now the world is moving swiftly to deny China tools of espionage. Bureau Report, India Today.
To remove Huawei equipment from our 5G network.
Breaking news that's coming in. Sources have told India Today that China is reluctant now to move back from the finger area. A new hurdle has emerged in the LAC tussle as China has agreed to withdraw from other friction points. India has insisted, and we've put our foot down on ensuring that there is a pre-May situation and position on the ground. Next week, both sides will verify the disengagement. However, China so far has refused to vacate several points, and these are strategic heights where it's important that they retreat. So far, China doesn't seem to be showing the intent of doing so. Let's also get you all the updates that you need to know on the Rajasthan political crisis. Sacked Rajasthan Deputy Chief Minister Sachin Pilot is still weighing his options at this point. Pilot has been camping in the luxurious ITC Grand Hotel in Haryana's Manesar with his loyalists and rebel Congress MLAs. Pilot has been planning his next move after Congress also extended an olive branch to him. In a last-ditch attempt to woo back Sachin, Rahul Gandhi stepped in and asked the party to send a message to him that the doors are still open for Pilot. The Congress party has also asked Ashok Gehlot to refrain from publicly making any statement against Pilot. After Pilot denied joining BJP, it's still unclear on whether he will decide to continue to stay on in the Congress or will float a new party. The challenge for Pilot has increased manifold as Gehlot claimed that 3 MLAs from the Sachin camp are now in touch with them. Let's also get you all the latest updates on the coronavirus outbreak in India. Here's a look at the numbers from the Health Ministry. The confirmed cases in India now stands at 9,36,181. The death toll at 24,309. The 3 worst affected states remain that of Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu and Delhi. So let's focus on the numbers from Maharashtra first, where the total cases stand at 2,67,665. The death toll is currently at 10,695. The latest numbers from Tamil Nadu coming in, the confirmed cases stand at 1,47,324. 2,099 deaths have been reported in the state so far. In Delhi, 1,15,346 cases have been reported, and these are confirmed cases. The death toll in Delhi stands at 3,446. So those are the latest figures from the Health Ministry. It will be updated in a few hours from now with the figures that have come in also in the last 24 hours. As we focus on the coronavirus outbreak and our fight against this virus, let's get you the latest updates from Hyderabad. The Telangana government has been under a lot of fire for how they've really dealt with the COVID crisis. And here's another story that will once again lead to a lot of questions for the TRS government to answer. The Osmania Hospital in Hyderabad was completely flooded as rainwater and sewage actually entered the hospital premises. This is in fact the second time this week that the hospital premises has been inundated in this manner following heavy rains. The Nizam-Era Medical College and Hospital is one of the COVID-19 test and treatment centers in Telangana and serves a huge population in the old city of Hyderabad. On Monday night too, rainwater and sewage entered the hospital and as many as 6 wards were completely inundated on the ground floor of this hospital. BJP MLA T. Raja Singh visited Osmania General Hospital on Monday and urged the state government to ensure that the condition of the hospital is improved.
पानी में बहुत तकलीफ हो रही, बो आ रही है, पेशेंट का सा रख लेके बहुत परेशानी आ जा रही हमारे को। ऐसे पेशेंट रख लेके पहले बीमारी बोले तो अभी ज़्यादा परेशानी हो रही, खाना नहीं खाया जा रहा हमारे को, ये भूख उल्टियाँ हो रही, जाना आना बोले तो ही परेशानी हो रही, बहुत परेशानी हो रही है। दवाखाने में हमारे को कोई भी मदद करने वाले नहीं है हमारे को।
मानिया हॉस्पिटल की ओल्ड बिल्डिंग कभी भी गिर सकती है क्योंकि हेरिटेज है। उस हेरिटेज बिल्डिंग में कई 100 पेशेंट वहां पर एडमिट है और कोरोना पॉजिटिव जिसको है वो आइसोलेशन सेंटर भी आपने बनाया। अगर इस पानी के भाव से अगर बिल्डिंग गिरती है, अगर कोई भी पेशेंट की मृत्यु होती है तो इसके जिम्मेदार आप होंगे मुख्यमंत्री जी।
Let's also get to an India Today impact story coming in from Karnataka. The state government has gone ahead and cancelled civic body BBMP's decision to actually source cots as well as other items on rent, and this was for a 10,000 bed COVID facility in Bengaluru. Karnataka Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa has instead instructed the officials to purchase the items needed for this particular centre. Earlier, the civic body was renting items for the beds at 800 rupees per day, which translates into 24 crore rupees per month for 10,000 beds. The intervention from the Chief Minister comes after a senior IAS officer wrote to the government on July 3rd. In his letter, the officer asserted that renting cots, mattresses and pillows for the COVID care centre for 6 months would cost around 140 crore rupees. But if the same items are purchased, it would cost less than 10 crore rupees. Shifting focus to other stories this morning, amid the COVID scare, flood woes continue to rock Assam. Now, the floods has affected nearly 36 lakh people across 26 districts, with 66 fatalities being reported so far. Dhubri remains the worst hit district, leaving over 5.5 lakh people affected. The flood fury has also displaced around 36,000 people who are currently taking shelter at relief camps. Now, the flood waters of the Brahmaputra river entered into a police station in South Salmara, Mankachar district. The flood caused rampage across 1.28 lakh hectares of agricultural land and damaged 187 embankments, 129 bridges, culverts and close to 1,400 roads across the state. And it's not just the state of Assam but also Bihar, where early monsoon rains have flooded several parts of the state, completely throwing normal life out of gear. Most of the rivers are flowing now in full spate, leaving people living in low-lying areas worried and stranded. We get you a ground report.
Early monsoon rains have brought flood misery to several parts of Bihar. Many of the villages in Muzaffarpur are underwater as the swollen Bagmati river breached its banks. People say they have been left to fend for themselves as no help from the government is in sight.
यहाँ बाढ़ से तबाही मचा हुआ है, पूरा फसल है जो बर्बाद हो चुका है, लेकिन कोई सुनने की तैयारी नहीं हो रहा है। अभी तक कोई भी राहत कोष यहाँ पे नहीं दिया गया है।
People in Bihar's Bhojpur are also living under fear. The water level in the river Ganga has been rising menacingly and could flood their homes in the coming days.
हम लोग गंगा इसके लिए बहुत दिक्कत है, कटाव में है, हम लोग सब लोग परेशान में, मेहरा लड़का दिक्कत में है, 4-5 बीघा खेत भी ढह गया, जनरा मक्का वो भी दह रहा है।
तो इधर पानी बढ़ा है क्या?
पानी बढ़ा है, पानी से जो बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ता है, पुल सब बुड़ गया है, नहीं सरकार मदद करता है, नहीं विधायक मदद करता है।
With roads waterlogged, people living in Raxaul are depending on boats and tractors to move from one place to another.
एक तो गाड़ी मतलब जा नहीं पा रहा है, पानी ज़्यादा है, नाव पे जा रहा है तो एक नाव मतलब एक गाड़ी के 30 रुपया ले रहा है, और जो दूसरा रास्ता है वो जाम, वो तो बिल्कुल ख़त्म हो गया है। हर चुनाव में यही मुद्दा उठता है, मतलब कोई देखने नहीं आता है, नहीं कोई काम कराता है, मतलब कोई इधर सरकार का ध्यान नहीं है।
Villages near the Kamla River in Bihar's Darbhanga district have been submerged due to the rains. Entire villages are underwater. At least 100 houses have been washed away by floodwaters.
इसमें बहुत दिक्कत हो रहा है, पानी में जो है अभी तक नाव के साधन नहीं है, आने के लिए बहुत इंतजार करना पड़ता है, 2-2 घंटा तक जो है इंतजार करना पड़ता है, कोई भी अभी तक घूर के आया नहीं देखने के लिए। चारों तरफ पानी बाढ़ से गांव में घेरा हुआ है, एक दवाई भी लाने के लिए समस्या हम लोग के बना हुआ है।
अधिकारी को इससे बात हो गई है और ऐसे इन्होंने 3 नाव दिए हैं और मैंने कहा है कि जो भी नाव यहाँ पर दी गई है उन नाव की देख रेख की जाए कि वाकई में वो नाव चल रही कि नहीं चल रही है, और निःशुल्क चलेगी, कोई उसमें पैसे नहीं लिए जाएंगे, और जहाँ तक जिन लोगों के घर कटे हुए हैं नियमानुसार उनको लाभ होना है आपदा का, उनको दिया जाएगा।
With more rains expected, the worst is not over in Bihar. But like every year, this monsoon too has exposed the laxity of the administration in being prepared to deal with a natural calamity. Bureau Report, India Today.
England and West Indies will lock horns at Old Trafford in the second test of the 3-match series. Windies have started strongly and now have an opportunity to register a rare series win on English soil. England have rested James Anderson for the crucial test, while Joe Root returns for captaincy duties.
After a blockbuster return of Test cricket, the action now shifts to Manchester.
That's beautifully bowled from Shannon Gabriel.
West Indies started with a bang and now eyes history at Old Trafford.
Victory for the West Indies, a most significant win for Jason Holder.
The visitors will look to seal the series, a feat which they achieved way back in 1988. England, on the other hand, is bolstered with the return of regular captain Joe Root. Stuart Broad is also set to return at the expense of Mark Wood. With 2 of their senior pros returning, England would look to score the equaliser at Old Trafford. West Indian bowlers made the most of the conditions in the series opener as England top order failed miserably in their first outing post-COVID-19 halt. At Manchester, onus will be on Joe Root, both as batsman and as captain, to level the series.
It is a run machine.
Sports Bureau, India Today.
Well played, Joe Root.
With that, it's a wrap on this edition of the Bulletin. As always, you can log on to our website, indiatoday.in. You can also download the India Today app for all the latest news and updates we're tracking this morning. Thank you for watching.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.